Rhodium. Right now, a few feet behind you, there's a metal worth twice its weight in gold. It's bolted under your car. Rhodium is the rarest non-radioactive precious metal on Earth, about 100 times rarer than gold. Almost all of it surfaces in one place, the Bushveld complex in South Africa, under 30 tons a year. For the entire planet, over 80% of it goes into catalytic converters. It's the only metal that strips nitrogen oxide out of your exhaust. No substitute exists. Car makers buy it at whatever it costs, so the price does whatever it wants. March 2021, $29,800 an ounce. 2 years later, under 5,000. In 2008, it fell 90% in 6 months. There's no futures market, no exchange, just a handful of refiners quoting a number into the dark. Then people started sawing converters off parked cars. A few grams of powder inside a ceramic honeycomb. Hundreds of dollars at the scrapyard. Rhodium isn't expensive because it's beautiful. It's expensive because you can't drive without it. Diamond. You already know this one. That's exactly why it works. A diamond is crystallized carbon, the hardest natural material that exists. It forms 150 kilometers underground over billions of years and only reaches the surface riding a volcanic eruption. To pull out a single carat of rough, mining companies move roughly 250 tons of earth. A decent 1 carat stone runs about $5,000. That's a fifth of a gram. Do the math, and you're at $25,000 per gram, nearly 200 times gold. A top 5 carat stone clears 400,000, and the price doesn't scale. It explodes. 2 carats costs 4 to 5 times 1 carat, not double. Size is exponentially rarer than weight suggests. At the top of the market, a 59-carat pink stone sold at Sotheby's for $71 million, over $1 million per carat. Meanwhile, a lab-grown diamond, chemically identical, atom for atom, now sells wholesale for about $90 a carat, down 70% since 2020. A diamond isn't valuable because it's rare. It's valuable because we all agreed the natural one counts. Painite. In the 1950s, a gem dealer in Myanmar bought a dark red crystal and filed it as a ruby. He was wrong. It was a mineral nobody on Earth had ever recorded. Painite is a borat. Calcium, zirconium, aluminum, boron, and zirconium almost never bond in nature. That's the whole reason it exists in such absurdly small numbers. Until 2001, exactly 3 painite crystals were known to exist. 3 on the entire planet. By 2005, science had cataloged about 25. Guinness listed it as the rarest mineral in the world. To confirm it was a new species at all, researchers deliberately destroyed a slice of the original crystal, one of 3. Today, a few hundred specimens exist, nearly all from a single region in Myanmar. Gem-quality stones reach $50,000 to $60,000 per carat. That's around $250,000 per gram, roughly 2,000 times gold. And it does nothing. It powers no engine, cures no disease, cuts no steel. It sits in vaults at the Smithsonian and the British Museum. Painite isn't valuable because someone needs it. It's valuable because almost nobody has ever held one. Taphita. Every mineral on Earth was discovered as a rock first, except one. In 1945, an Irish gemologist named Richard Taff bought a box of spinels from a jeweler in Dublin. Ordinary stones, already cut, already polished, already sitting in someone's inventory. He held one up to the light and noticed it bent light twice. Spinel doesn't do that. It wasn't Spinel. It was a species science had never named. Beryllium, magnesium, and aluminum in a combination nobody had cataloged. Tophyta entered the scientific record already faceted by a cutter who had no idea what he was shaping. The color runs from pale lilac to cherry red to apple green. Pale stones sell around $1,000 a carat. Saturated ones, 7,000. Exceptional stones break 35,000. Well past gold, gram for gram. Guinness once ranked it among the rarest minerals alive before painite took the title. The largest ever traded, 33 carats, sold in Hong Kong in 1999 with an origin nobody could trace. Some stones are found. This one was found after someone already sold it. Musgravite. Here's the strange part. You just met taphite. Musgravite is almost the same mineral. The only real difference is how much magnesium is inside it. You cannot tell them apart by eye. Neither can most collectors. Separating the two requires Raman spectroscopy or X-ray diffraction, a laboratory, not a loop. It was found in 1967 in the Musgrave Ranges, in the dry interior of South Australia, and then, for 26 years, nothing. The mineral existed in science, but no crystal clean enough to cut had ever been recovered. The first faceted musgravite appeared in 1993. By 2005, exactly 8 gem-quality specimens were known worldwide. Today, fewer than 15 new ones are cataloged in a year. No mine looks for it. Every stone is an accident. High-grade material runs $20,000 to $40,000 per carat. Exceptional stones clear $100,000. In 2021, a 16-carat gray-purple stone from Sri Lanka sold for $800,000. And somewhere in an old collection labeled Taphite sits a stone worth 20 times what its owner thinks. Plutonium-238. 14 billion miles from here, a spacecraft launched in 1977 is still transmitting. Voyager 1 has no solar panels. Out there, sunlight is useless. It runs on a lump of metal that has been quietly getting hot for 49 years. Plutonium-238 can't be used in weapons. What it does is decay steadily for a half-life of 88 years, and that decay releases heat. Convert the heat to electricity, and you have a battery that needs no sun, no fuel, no maintenance. A pellet of it glows cherry red on its own. No flame, no power source, just its own energy leaking out as light. There's no market price, because there's no market, only production cost. And the numbers are brutal. The United States stopped making it in 1988 and spent 2 decades buying Russian supply. Restarting American production cost around $90 million. NASA pays roughly $15 million a year to keep it running. In December 2015, Oak Ridge produced 50 grams, the first new American plutonium-238 in almost 30 years. 50 grams. Curiosity runs on it. Perseverance runs on it. And when the supply ends, so does the deep solar system, tritium. Look at a watch dial in a dark room. If the glow never fades and never needs charging, you're looking at one of the most expensive substances on Earth. Tritium is hydrogen with 2 extra neutrons. It decays, and that decay excites phosphor into constant light. No battery, no wiring, no switch. A keychain vial glows for roughly 25 years and then simply stops. It costs about $30,000 per gram, around 230 times gold. Here's the part nobody expects. For decades, it was garbage. Canadian nuclear reactors produced it as an unwanted byproduct of heavy water and threw it away. The American Chemical Society later described it, almost fondly, as Canadian waste worth $30,000 a gram. Today, a single CANDU reactor recovers about 130 grams a year. The whole commercial market runs on roughly 400 grams annually. That's it. That's the global supply. And demand is about to spike because fusion reactors burn tritium as fuel. The exit sign above your head cost more per gram than anything else in the building. Deathstalker venom. You've heard the number, $39 million a gallon. It's technically true and completely engineered to fool you. Here's the honest figure. Deathstalker venom sells for $8,000 to $12,000 per gram, still far above gold. The gallon number exists because a gallon is an absurd unit for something collected one droplet at a time. A single scorpion produces about 2 milligrams per extraction. To fill 1 gallon, you would need roughly 2.6 million extractions. Nobody has ever filled a gallon. Nobody ever will. So why pay at all? Because inside that venom is a peptide called chlorotoxin. It binds to brain tumor cells and almost nothing else. Tag it with fluorescent dye, and the tumor lights up green under the surgeon's lamp. The healthy tissue doesn't. It's called tumor paint. It's in real operating rooms right now. The scorpions are milked by hand, sometimes by robots, one at a time. A droplet smaller than a grain of sugar is worth about $130. The most valuable thing this animal makes isn't the poison, it's the light. If you made it this far, you're the kind of person who wants to understand how the world actually works, not just what it costs, but why. So subscribe to our channel. It really helps us keep making these videos. There's a whole world of strange things worth more than they should be, and we're just getting started.